Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Ocasia Island Gateway to All Things Geek. I'm your host, Cal, and also just a quick word. Thanks to our new editor, whose work we will be seeing soon, Robin. Big thanks to her and all the lovely graphics and stuff she's done for us, which we haven't seen yet at the time of doing this, but we know she's going to knock it out the park for us. So Big thanks to Robin. So I will quickly go around the team, and as always, I go in order of experience from least to... I don't know how to rank you other three guys, but anyway, Eileen, welcome back for your second.
Hi, thank you for having me.
No bad. And I'll just go, Graham, what's happening with you?
Lots, but nothing worth bringing to podcast, and looking forward to this tonight.
Right. And I'll go, Elena, what's happening with you?
Well, I'm ready to be optimistic and positive about this season.
Yes. This is going to be interesting tonight. We know this already. There is a schism in the team tonight. So, Rhiannon, welcome back. It feels like it's been forever since.
It does feel like it's been forever. I don't know why, but also, if I go last, does that mean I'm like basically the furniture now? Like, does that? It's like, as far as the Buffy podcast is concerned, I am simply part of the crew, part of the ship. You know?
In OCAS terms, you're the battle-hardened vet.
It's apparently so, but it is an absolute joy to be back. Joy to be chatting with my favourite Scoobs and to be chatting with our newest Scoob, Eileen. This is going to be great. Always nice to have new layers to the conversation. And as Elena rightly pointed out, season 4 feels like it's going to be a little bit varied with what we all have to say. So,
and you realize because I've given you a rank of veteran, you can just, if you're disagreeing with someone, you can just say,
pull rank.
You don't know.
Nice.
You weren't there.
You weren't there. Actually, as like, I assume the youngest member of the Scoob cast we've got going on, actually, I wasn't there. I was not there at the time when it was released. I wasn't there.
I feel like I came to Buffy late in 1998.
Yeah, I was
really, I didn't.
Basically just born by then. Like, I'd only been on the Earth a couple of years.
Appreciate that.
So, anytime.
I was like, I'm in university. I'm too old to watch a teenager's show. And then all my friends were like, it's actually good. You should watch it.
It's actually the best. Yeah, that's fair. We all come to it at the at whatever time we do is the right time. That is true. You know. Yeah. Exactly.
And we keep coming back. And we keep coming back.
Repeat.
Can we technically borrow the Bane quote here? We merely adopted it. We were born in it. Yeah,
exactly. Molded by it. Yeah. I could do that with a pint glass, you know, and you kind of pretend to be Bane into a pint glass.
Yep.
Really bold. Yeah, it's a great... Anyway, it's a completely different fandom.
With that, it's my pleasure to hand over to our, I don't know, master of ceremonies or watcher, whatever, for tonight. Elena, the floor is yours now.
Thank you. So, yes, as we already said, season 4 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer will be an interesting discussion for us because already there were some antipathies expressed earlier, especially by Graham and Rhiannon. And I will just recap for us, but also for our listeners, what actually takes place in season 4. So it's the time of UC Sunnydale when Buffy and Willow and Oz also go to college that is conveniently located in Sunnydale or near it. The other big change in life is that Giles, who used to be a watcher, is now Hugh Hefner, as Buffy puts it in episode 1. Also known as gentleman of leisure. So for Giles, that's a new situation in life as well. We are, throughout this season, we will get some new members for Scoobies. Anya becomes kind of like, by the way, she just starts showing up because she wants sex.
Because
she dates Xander. She shows up because she wants sex. Yes.
Yep.
And that's a good reason.
Yes, it's a great reason. It's a good reason.
although her choice of partner, we might discuss that later.
We might discuss that, yeah.
And we will say goodbye to us halfway through, but welcome
Tara.
Yeah. I'm like Ember.
Yeah. Close enough. We're there. We're with you.
Tara, thank you. So it's a pretty dynamic season in that sense. Right. Yeah, I was like, I'm forgetting something, and I am forgetting the initiative.
So
that
forgettable.
enters.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Can we just forget them?
That. Is that an option? Like,
be a much better season. Spoilers.
I mean, that's a question for later. Like, could this season, could it have like happened without the initiative? Like, could we just skip them? But we'll see. So yeah, the initiative and Riley, another like a bit, I guess, more significant love interest for Buffy. Although he won't last past season 5, really. But that's going too much ahead. So I'm just going to say I got a set of DVDs for the entire Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it was missing season 4 discs.
Oh no.
So the previous owner, were they just so upset that they threw it away?
Did you buy it off Graham? That's the question.
No, it wasn't mine, but maybe they were so disgusted by season 4 that they decided that even though they're giving it away some
to spare and just put it in the bin directly.
It was an act of
that's,
mercy.
I say maybe that's a bit hard, to be honest. There was a few things that I'm sure we will all get into that actually I did find redeemable about season 4, but there was a lot of it that I was just like, where are we? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But Elena, you are leading the charge. Where would you like our discussion to start today?
Yeah, well, of course, to be fair, I wanted to say maybe they just left the season 4, so they kept it and they sold the rest. In any case,
precious.
Yes, exactly. In any case, we usually start by saying what was our favorite episode. So let's go for the positive, and maybe I would start with Eileen actually, because it's my impression from so far what I know that you are pretty happy with this season.
More so than the rest of you, apparently. I have some negative things to say about it for sure, but my overall impression was like, oh, I forgot how good the show is. Because you've all just watched 1, 2, and 3, haven't you? And I haven't. I haven't watched any of it in over probably 10 years. So there was that kind of newness about it. But I would say my favorite episode, can I do that bit now? Because that's the most fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Superstar, hands down. I love Jonathan.
That was my
He's
pick.
so
Yes.
good in this episode. I mean, just Danny something Masterson? No?
No, not Masterson.
Strong, not
Strong.
Masterson.
Not
we didn't mention him. No, we don't talk about him. Sorry, yeah, Danny Strong, who's an amazing writer as well. You watching Superstar, you can forget how good an actor he is, and then there's that scene at the end where he's the old Jonathan, and he's like kicking the dirt and really shy, and you're like, wow. You did. I think the thing I love the most about Superstar is the fact that they changed the opening title. It's something they never did, as far as I'm aware, for any other episode. And I think that was just a master stroke. It was so fun.
Apart from Once More, I think that was the Once More We're Feeling. I think that's the only other one that they did. Yeah. But as you rightly say, it's a fun dynamic to see that change. You kind of go, okay, we're somewhere different. And I feel like when I kind of said before, like, where are we? Like, that's the one time where that kind of thing's appropriate, because it's like it is placing you immediately in like, okay, this is a different kind of episode. We're here to enjoy ourselves and have a giggle. And that I quite like, actually. Yeah, exactly. It's fun to have a giggle.
Yeah. That's I actually enjoyed that episode as well. And it's definitely also one. I mean, I have rewatched the season, but it's the one that you really remember. Like, I'm surprised. Like, I've watched Buffy so many times, and still there will be episodes that I'm like, oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that happened.
Came back through it and you're like, did that happen? A few of those were in season 3 as discussed last time, where I was like, I think I just blocked that out. I'm like, I just blocked those out. Yeah.
No, Superstar, like I enjoyed that one as well. The one thing that I find upsetting as time progresses and it goes into category things that didn't age well are the twins that Jonathan is basically through magic sexually exploiting, and nobody really comments on it. But to be fair, I mean, as horrible as that sounds, I wouldn't expect a show from that time to do that. It was just like another joke of like, of course, he also has multiple lovers.
I was going to say, it feels like a gimmick of almost like the James Bond-esque of it, which I also have a lot of issues with James Bond. But it feels like it's meant to be a sort of a Mick take of that.
Almost a pastiche of Bond.
Yeah, exactly. But I agree. It doesn't make it any better, but it does kind of feel that way.
But it's a very small scene, and he only mentions it then at the end when he says the twins moved out, and I'm like, he could have just skipped it, and it would have been perfect. Yeah. Okay, well, Rhiannon, how about your favorite episode?
Oh, well, to be honest, I would say that Superstar is definitely up there. I enjoy slice of life stuff. Like, I'm not always just about sort of plot when it comes to these things. I do like the fun in Buffy. It was some of the things that, as we've spoken about before, what I loved most about season 2. There's the kind of the little bits, as you say, that are iconic and actually give the show in other ways the depth that it otherwise wouldn't have. And Jonathan is a recurring character throughout Buffy that I think is actually quite a welcome breeze sometimes. Like, there's some difficult themes that obviously we see with him in the earlier season that we discussed in season 3, and actually then to kind of see his character progress alongside the cast and life is actually I quite like it. Even though obviously his character he learned some things in that episode. I hope he learned some things. But yeah, I would say I feel like if I take Hush away from Graham, he might cry. So
it's okay. Take Hush.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I tell you what I'll do is I will reference Hush with a personal anecdote, which is when my mother had left me in the care of my aunts as a young child, and she came home and went, "Where's Rhiannon?" And they all went, "Oh, she's like in there." And she went, "Right," and goes to open the living room door, and me, maybe aged, I don't know, 3, is watching Hush on the TV, and apparently in pure kind of Exorcist vibes, turns my head like 180 and just goes, "I like the scary parts." And then she literally goes and like rips me out of there. Unfortunately, it was too late. I did in fact like the scary parts and continue to this day. So clearly a formative thing. But yeah, so I won't go into Hush. That's Graham's. But I will say, as much as there's some things about it that are deeply problematic, I actually find the body swap. Is it from this year's girl into
this year's girl? Who are you? Yeah.
Quite interesting, because I think, and I always kind of remember, because it's wrong, and actually seeing the different, that sort of when Faith as Buffy says, like, she's kind of practicing, she's going, "Because it's wrong," and she's like taking the mick, and it's like, fair enough, because if you had been Faith, you'd be pretty annoyed about this, like you sort of your how you feel you've been treated in life up until this point, and actually right at the end for her to be like, "No, because it's wrong," and to then actually it was interesting how Sarah Michelle Gellar managed to be Faith and be Faith becoming more like Buffy towards the end of the episode. And that, to me, I was like, actually, to take anything else away, I think that really showed a lot of depth for her as an actor. Like, it was actually really interesting, I think. Obviously, there's some seriously messed up stuff that Faith does whilst in Buffy's body that is truly traumatizing. And I hope the cast got good support for that. But I still think as a character development for Faith, it's interesting to watch her go through that. And I I finished by saying, may I also say that I have like a favorite quote from this season? Because as Elena very fairly pointed out, some of us feel quite differently about this season as a whole. I didn't think it was the strongest. I will put that out there. But what I did like was, I think it was Goodbye Iowa in episode 14, when Buffy turns around to Maggie Walsh. Again, it's odd. It feels like two very different seasons at times. Like two things are happening at once. But when she says, if you think that's enough to kill me, you really don't know what a Slayer is.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and believe me,
you're gonna find out. And you're just like, yes. And at that moment, it feels like, baby, we're back. We are so back.
She does that general Buffy thing when she gets a chance to really step into it. And she did a lot in season 4. She was very decisive, had good ideas, and told people what to do. And I loved it.
Yeah. She's like, believe me when I say you're going to find out. I'm like, So, yeah, that's my summary of the things that I thought were good and interesting. I really want to talk about Hush, but Graham, please.
No, please.
Best episode.
Let's share it, because that's what the show's all about. It's about sharing what's good and what's not so good. Hush is probably top 2 episodes of Buffy, top 5 episodes of TV of all time for me. It's
I hear that.
Utterly phenomenal from start to finish. You've got the character design of the gentleman. You've got the whole kind of creepy, almost fairy tale lore behind it. It's Doug Jones, right? He's at least one of the gentlemen.
Whenever there's a close up of just one, it's him. They're all
that makes a lot of sense. I feel like actually maybe I did know that, but it does make a lot of sense. He's very talented.
I just want to that man, how he's not got an Oscar yet for some
that's mental. Like he's been in so many like the amount
just to go on, when he's in Pan's Labyrinth, that's him speaking all the Spanish lines, and he can't speak Spanish. Yeah, he learned it all phonetic, but it doesn't sound phonetic. So I had to go off, like, he's done so much incredible work behind masks and that.
Yeah.
And he's never got near an Oscar.
It's like, I saw an interview about it once where it was like, the most famous man you have never seen. And I was like, it's quite cool. It was like, you've seen me in everything you've ever watched, but you don't know it's me. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
But the thing is, when you do know, when you've watched enough Doug Jones, it's almost like me and Cal do the wrestling show as well. With a lot of the masked guys in that, you can tell who it is because the way they're emoting with their body, and it's very
the way they play it, and he's
person. Yes, very much the long fingers with Doug Jones.
Yeah,
which then becomes Pan's Labyrinth.
So it's so creepy. Yeah,
but Hush is just everything that you want from the show. It's got the creepy bit, which 3-year-old Rhiannon was utterly enamoured with. Loved
every second.
The rest of us were traumatized by. The 23-year-olds were traumatized by.
It's got there's so much humour throughout it, despite no one speaking, which is nice, but very on brand. And just everything about it is fantastic for me.
It's just like layer after layer. You're just like, I can't even. It's just great TV. Like it is. And I like particularly the drawing bit. And it's like, that is just so comical. It's perfect.
That's the exact bit I was thinking when I was thinking about the humour.
With the projector. And
with the overhead projector, kids.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one of those before, Rhiannon? Do you know what that is?
Yes. Yeah. No, don't worry. I was like, it's okay, guys. It's okay. She's safe. No, I have met one of those. Yes. Yeah. The school I went to, we used to use those to obviously project science and words and things onto the whiteboards. Good times. And projector sheets. It's fine. I would fill a million with them, but it is kind of very of the time. And it's funny because I think so many things with Buffy actually still directly translate today because they don't rely on technology for a lot of the things that they do. And I think that's kind of where season 4 falls, because they do start to try and make it a bit like that. And you're like, please don't mess with the method. We've got this down. Like, I like seeing the clunky projector. I like Willow being the first person to say, Google it. Like, it's... I like that. Please don't ruin it. Right. But yes, Hush, perfect.
Is Willow the originator of Google as a verb? Did we discuss this
I think
before,
so.
or did I just
I think
imagine?
she's the first person who said it on TV.
Yeah, she's the first person on
anyway.
TV. Yeah, on TV to say
or to use
Google
the
it.
Yeah.
Willow, she's 15.
I know.
It's
We love
search
her.
engine.
It's totally very cool. But it's also the bit where Buffy just immediately assumes that she is the princess. Like, girl, I just love that. She's just like, so how do I get my voice back? Because I am the princess. I'm like, yes, you are.
Yeah. I actually thought as well.
Sorry, Graham.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think the ending part I almost felt was a little bit of a nod to Rocky Horror as well. Because at the end of the floor show, you've got the bit where, and then she cried out, "Stop!" And it's the way Susan Sarandon plays that, or the way Sarah Michelle Gellar does the scream is almost, in hindsight, I mean, it reminds me of that.
Noted. Probably is.
And that's how we get Tim Curry into this podcast as well, Cal.
I know he fits. he could just go anywhere. I would like to see him in the reboot. I like to see him all the time. What can you say?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the scream at the end is also it's also like satisfying for me as a feminist almost, that there's this like, it's very feminine, like
it's kind of
it's not like Xena the Warrior Princess kind of scream. It's just really like a young
frustrated
girl screaming.
Yeah,
and that's what is the powerful
wakes
thing
everyone
that
up.
that gets rid of these horrors.
Yeah, it's that kind of idea of literally giving people their voice back. This one person's spoken up, and it's like, it has such a wide impact, and actually, so much of that could be used as a metaphor. As always, I mean, it's something that Eileen, I think we've spoken about on a couple of episodes. Like the metaphors in Buffy, usually the monsters are just another way of explaining something else in everyday life that we deal with, and I think this is also one of those times. Like, I think it's probably fair to suggest. But yeah. So they're all good.
I don't think bad about Hush, but what is, like, why are they in the lecture theater? And if they're going to be able to use the lecture theater for their Scooby meetings, then why don't they do it more often?
Because I guess with Hush, everyone's in their houses and hiding, so they won't know that they've been in and used it, whereas it might be weird if they were using it the rest of the time and Giles doesn't work there. That was always my rationale in my head.
Yeah, is it because it's got the projector? Because if they can't speak, they can't communicate, and they need a way to communicate to each other efficiently.
Yeah, and there's no school, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that explains it all. Take my naysaying away.
Well done, Clarissa.
I think Giles just jumps at any opportunity to go back into his school persona. So really,
probably
it's like about his ambition.
I think he just wanted to usurp Maggie Walsh. He wanted to be like, yes, I'm going to be in that lecture theater. It's mine. It's not hers.
Yeah, definitely. There has to be an element of that.
Poor Brenda.
Yeah, poor Brenda Walsh. Sad times. So I guess is this the part where we get to talk about the things that we didn't like so much about season 4, or have we?
We said everything good now.
Yeah, I'm just.
Come on.
There's more good.
20 minutes.
There's more good.
So we will go for like what we didn't like, and then there are like still like topics that were in the season that we will discuss. So that's not all the fuzzy positive stuff. No, there will be more later, I'm sure. Yeah.
Plus, another great thing about Hush is it became a meme. Spike giving the 2 fingers.
Yeah,
has gone on to be a widespread internet meme, that's a sign of something good about it.
that back in the day was like my thing on like Facebook or whatever online profiles we used to keep, or still keep. But I definitely had James Masters drinking out of the librarian cup and swearing on camera. Both of those, at least once.
Sure. I believe I'm right in saying that Hush was the first and possibly only Buffy nominated for an Emmy. It had been quite notably spurned by the establishment and Emmys and stuff like that for
He's probably right.
full 3 years, and then Hush came along.
The only other one
not deny the greatness.
Indeed.
Because as you remember, Elena, that's what Jeff told us. Jeff Pruitt, the stunt coordinator, like he's done so many films and TV, but it's just Buffy and Star Trek are the only two things he goes back to and he can watch and rewatch. I said, but they never get enough credit, these shows. And he said,
Me too, Jeff.
He said,
Like,
he said Buffy especially how it didn't get any credit. Yeah. And he was on the set and he saw how much care and craft went into that show.
I think because at the time it was seen, as Eileen said, as a silly little teenager show.
Yeah.
By a lot of people, you know, it filled that, I suppose, what the CW would show now.
Yeah.
I've just checked, and Once More with Feeling later received an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Music Direction.
I'm glad to hear it.
Me too. Because it wasn't outstanding music, let's be honest.
No, but they did get the mustard out, and that, you know, they got the mustard out, and that is worth.
That's the most important thing, really.
Yeah, it really is.
And
but okay, we need to do this.
Oh yeah,
we need to go.
We're just like coasting. It's just like it is.
You were all into criticizing it, and now suddenly we have to soothe it ourselves.
I just don't want to be too mean, you know, because actually you're right. Buffy deserves all our love, and sometimes I don't want to. But goodness help me, yeah, season 4 there was some serious issues going on.
So, can you actually pick one episode as the worst one?
And
I'll tell you what, Graham, you are chomping at the bit. You go for it.
No, I want to. You gave me Hush. I want to give you this. You know exactly which one.
That's really kind because I don't know. Okay, let me start. Where as we maybe mean to go on. I just want to say Beer Bad. I feel like the need.
Yes.
To just pull out there.
That is so funny because I was so not looking forward to watching Beer Bad. I was like, oh God, I'm going to have to get through Beer Bad. And then I watched it and I was like, that was actually all right. There was some really, the comic timing, that way that at the in the very final scene, Buffy, like, you know, turns into the car and Sandra has to turn her back again. And just, there was some good stuff in that episode. But there was some bad stuff in that episode.
This is why, you see, Eileen, it's so lovely to have you here so that I just can't get sucked into my own little sort of stick on the hill moment. Like, you're right, as always, there are redeemable features for every episode.
I think I'm like a primary school teacher. I'm like, you tried. You really you were trying to do there.
We could see that you were trying so hard. And the problem is that I just think it's just really forced and just there's times when, as I say, I love the slice of life, and I'm a big sort of fighter for the weird little in between episodes and the stuff where we get to just have a laugh and be silly, because I do think that's very important, because Buffy actually does deal with some pretty heavy themes, either through metaphors or very realistically, as we get to see sort of later on. Later on here.
I know where you're
so it's one of those where actually, you know, great, but I don't know, something about it just really missed the mark. Can't place it. Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, background for this is that the episode was made with the intention to get funds from the Office of National Drug Control Policy.
No
So
way.
if it feels forced to you, I mean,
That's hilarious.
So they made this episode, and they failed to acquire the funds because the committee was like, "Oh, it's too supernatural. It actually doesn't show real problems with substances and drugs."
It doesn't.
Yeah.
No, drinking beer does turn me into a Neanderthal to an extent, but not to that extent.
That is like blown my mind. Look at me. This is like reality in real time. I'm like, my goodness. But no, that makes so much sense to me now.
So it was basically an update of here's your brain on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Nancy Reagan all over again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's dumb.
Yeah, there's also, I feel like just in general, the initiative arc, like what is going on? Like, there was no need for Adam. What? Yeah. I just, It sounds really bad because obviously we're meant to be talking about this as a discussion, but please, somebody tell me if I am wrong. But
so no, you're not
I don't
wrong.
think you're wrong.
And why, as a big bad, right? He's introduced halfway through the season.
Yeah.
And he's not the final big bad. He's not the final episode. So they already knew he wasn't good enough to be the final episode.
Yeah.
But the initiative arc, though, on that one,
it could have been so fun.
Yeah, I don't think they executed it well. But I think that for those of us who are watching Buffy and going, legitimately, okay, let's just imagine for a moment we're actually in this universe and we actually know how powerful Buffy is. And you got to ask yourself, at some point, why doesn't she club together with actual authority so that they can actually get shit done? And then you learn why. Because the American government is short-term thinking and the army is stupid and they're going to do whatever they want to do. So that's why. So they're answering that question and getting it out of the way.
Sorry for me. It's interesting because we do actually see, they know she exists. When we have Sad Marcy in what is it? Is it season 2? Oh, forgive me. Season 1, season 2?
It's 1.
Yeah, season 1. And so, the men in black know that Buffy exists and they know these things exist. Like, it's not even like a secret. So I'm like, why?
Do they? In that episode?
I mean, they find out. So you kind of like, if they've spoken to each other, surely there's some kind of
but there's a lot of
awareness.
There's a lot of right hand not knowing what the left is doing in the American government.
And maybe that is real, right? Maybe that's just like people not speaking to each other and fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But then in the initiative, it's like, I don't know. I feel like actually when Spike got captured and got put in this thing, I remember the first time I went, okay, this could be a bit gritty and this could actually be quite interesting. And then Adam, and I just didn't get it. I think that it's a shame because, as you say, you could have made it. And again, there's similar complaints that I had with the end of Stranger Things, actually. But it's like, why did that all of a sudden stop? But there's like a presence thing, and then there's not, and then why was that real? It just it felt like a hot mess. I don't know.
It was a hot mess.
It feels a lot. Yeah, sorry.
Great. Anyone else?
You guys go ahead. You guys go ahead.
I was just gonna say it feels like they were coming up with the development for the initiative storyline gradually, because at first you have like no one from the government, and then later this like guy on the video conference is talking to the new person in charge. And then they have even this like weird council where like the background is all black. It's not even an office. It looks like some, like it kind of gave me like vibes of Charmed when they had all these elders that were somewhere placed in the universe with the darkness around them.
Right at the end, I mean, obviously just to cut out basically all of the middle bit of it, but when they defeated Adam, and you just go, all right, so we've never thought to do that before or after.
That's it.
And what? Like, it's like, okay,
such a good idea.
Such a good idea. And you go, okay, let's for imagine, see what you're trying to say, which is Buffy can't do this alone. And maybe this is a build up to the later seasons when we kind of get a drip feed and a feel for the wider sort of Slayer army. Maybe. And then it just kind of goes, actually, no, we could just do it with these 3 people and we could defeat the biggest bad we've ever seen. And then we could move on and just forget about it. And you go like...
Yeah. Having said that, though, they do explain the dramatic repercussions of having done that spell, which might explain why they didn't do it again.
Yeah.
I just felt so weak. I don't know. It's like I kind of just went, okay, maybe, but like...
actually, what bugged me about that whole thing was... Willow, Giles, and Xander were in genuine grave danger there. They were actually going to die, right? How did Buffy defeat the first Slayer? She decided not to fight with her and just wake up.
Yeah.
Like,
just all of the writing felt very off, and it kind of felt like you maybe had 3 people who were trying to write different storylines and accidentally got a hold of the same script, and you're just like, I don't get it.
So this is my issue with overall with the season. See, when I actually looking at the episodes, just for a quick recap, it seems to be that you get 2, maybe 3 episodes, and then a couple of really bad, like awful.
Yeah.
And then another couple of good ones, and then awful again from it. Whereas before, I think for me, even season 1, which, it wasn't my favourite, but there was always a level of consistency there with the stories that, and even internally within the universe, there was consistency. So like you're saying there, that, she defeated the biggest evil by waking up. I'm not going to fight you. That's not what Buffy does.
No.
It's almost antithetical to the character. But there is good in the season. There are lots of good bits. It's just there's so much padding and inconsistency that it puts me off it.
Who was the vampire that we saw really early on? And I was so hoping she was going to hang around
Sunday.
for a bit. Yeah.
Yes. She was brilliant.
She was really fun.
She would have been,
and
she would have been a brilliant. Well, I'm not going to take credit for this. I've seen this online. She would have been a brilliant big bad. People disagree.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think that rather than doing it with Glory in season 5, they actually could. She was way better than Glory.
She was so engaging, and I actually really like. We've seen sort of the vampire baddies that were gals. We had Darla, Drew, Harmony to a bit, because Harmony's in this scene as well, and it's like there just wasn't really the opportunity for someone. She just felt like she had the moment, and when she turned up, I was like, okay.
She could have been a real match for Buffy in the way.
Yeah, she really
none
could
of
have
the
been
others were.
on a level in ways that we haven't seen before as a dynamic.
She was getting into Buffy's head.
Yeah, she was really getting into the sort of the sensitivities and things that actually Buffy, when she goes as a freshman, we see it with Parker, the things that she kind of, she lets her guard down. You see it when she starts as a freshman, she's feeling really overwhelmed and she doesn't really know who she is. And then there could have been this girl who's like, and her roommate, that song that will never leave my head and I will never forgive them for it. Like,
nobody do it. Nobody do it.
Don't even talk about it. But like, there's things there that actually are really, an experience. And again, like her and Riley, when the tree grows and they're so wrapped up in each other's everything that they don't see anyone else.
Actually, that was probably the worst episode.
Yeah, it was awful. Honest. But like it was and the water. But we all had. I'm assuming we all probably had a housemate like that at some point. Like there's things there that you could really dig into. And she just felt like the right kind of character to do that, to carry on messing with her. And then it was gone.
I think a huge missed opportunity. Yeah. Because
the first... Sorry, Graham, let you carry on.
I suspect we're going to go the same way here, Cal.
But
you have the Gem of Amara.
Oh, yeah, that could have been so much better.
That should have been the whole plot for Spike becoming vampire god.
Plot.
But wait,
the whole plot.
Spike becomes immortal, and what he would do with that power is like, holy shit, that's such a rich storytelling.
But also, like the fact it's in Angel as well, isn't it? Oh, sorry, sorry, Graham. You carry on. You carry on.
No. I was going to say, Spike gets that right. And the first couple of episodes, he is becoming vampire god. You could still have had the initiative. He gets captured by the initiative. Sunday then gets the Gem of Amara. And then Spike, it's the start of his face turn anyway, because it's one of the things about this season. Spike's redemption starts in this season. You could have had
you call it redemption.
Start.
I call it Spike gets wet.
Yep, I'm with Elaine on this.
Sorry, I see what you're saying.
He stops being... When Spike becomes an ally, he just loses a lot of appeal for me.
He's so wet.
For me, it's just... He is better as a villain, but kind of a grey one. But as he becomes friendlier, he just loses...
He was always wet. I mean, in Spike's defense, he was always wet.
William,
do you not remember Cecilia? Like, oh my God.
Well, but that was
Cicely.
Sicily, that's the one, because actually it's Hallie, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
But Sicily, and it's like he was always
Anyway, we totally tangented Graham's point. So sorry, Graham.
No,
actually in the middle of
That's
saying something.
No, I was just rewriting the season. Basically, you could still have had.
I really enjoyed it. I was so captured by your thoughts. I was like,
tell
me more about what actually happened in season 4, Graham. Tell me how it went. That's why it got chucked out of your box, Elena, because Graham's actually redoing season 4 for us. Hooray!
And it's a wonderful season where you have Sunday as the big bad, The Initiative somehow captured God's Spike. I don't know. He took it off for a joke or something. Whatever.
Maybe they used Adam, the only thing he might have been useful for.
He took it off to use it as a bottle opener. There we go.
He was
That's
taking a
on
bath.
brand.
He was yeah, that sounds about right.
It's about time, actually. It had been 4 years since his last bath.
Yeah.
I
missed
wonder.
opportunities.
I wonder because the initiative was shot at this facility that's actually an army facility where they make some fighter planes or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think I read somewhere that Joss Whedon was like, yeah, like go all in and make it like a big action set. And I wonder if just the fact that they were able to get onto set like that just dragged the season away from all these interesting topics into this like lame army plots. Because like all the other, there's just like so many moments where you're like, oh, this is gonna be the big moment, this is gonna be the big moment, and none of it. I guess part of it is also that it's at the same time we have Angel season 1 and they keep interfering with each other, and the Ring of Amara is meant for him, right? But I'm really suspicious of like the excitement about this location, and that the plot was adjusted to their ability to. I mean, it must have been really expensive.
Ruining everything.
What
I want to be an army man.
What likely happened was once usually they get the army involved, and as long as the show promises they're going to show the army in a positive light, they would have gotten free use of that set, so would have saved so much money. And that's probably why they ran with it in the end.
Did it show the army?
They don't show the army in a positive light, though.
I was gonna say,
they're so
that's the
stupid.
They put the shit in the Initiative.
That's the only way you get to use army facilities on film is.
Well,
so
maybe they were searching for some kind of because then if they were taking the sort of the promotion from the beer people, and maybe they were taking the cheap on the army facilities, maybe they were strapped for the Kashitos that season. Maybe it does add up. However, they gave us Hush. That was the apology. They literally went, "We're sorry. We're serving you this. Please take Hush as our singular apology for this old mess." To me and Graham, obviously, everybody else had a lovely time. It's fine.
I didn't hate Something Blue either.
Okay. Yeah,
Something Blue is clever. What I loved the most about Something Blue was the accidental bumping into Riley while looking at a wedding dress.
Yeah.
And gushing about her boyfriend. He's like, oh, he's not as old as my last boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then
how
convincingly she lies to him the next day. It's like, you thought I was serious about that? I thought that was
I was just kidding.
That was so I like seeing Buffy being a little bit dishonest in real life. It's a little edgy.
Yeah. And to your earlier point, Aileen, she really gets more empowered in this season.
She does.
I mean, early on, she's very insecure about this new phase of her life, but she gets fairly quickly over it. After going through some Cher and Celine Dion adverse times. And she also, I like that she is really standing up for herself towards the end in the Yoko Factor, where this like element comes back again and again, where Buffy just gets it from Willow, from Xander, even from Giles, and it's often unfair, and she rarely really stands up for herself, but in this one she is like arguing with them, and she tells them, well, okay, tell me how you can help. No, nothing. No takers. So that's definitely a plus of this season.
I think it is one of the things that they did well, in terms of both the kids in the show and Giles, people moving on to different stages of their life. You know, you alluded to it in the intro about Giles becoming a gentleman of leisure. But his whole identity had been librarian and watcher, and now he wasn't that, so what does he do with his time?
Yeah.
You've got the Scoobs who have left high school. They are now young adults, So what does that mean for them? So in a way, you can see why there's maybe a wee bit more things like alcohol, more sexual content, and so on, because it's reflective of the stage they're at in their lives. And they do, it's differentiating from parents, but they do actually do that part quite well.
They do. But I have to ask, where's Joyce? She's in like episode 2 maybe, or episode 3 when Buffy goes home, and she's very dismissive toward that. This is one of my real bugbears when it comes to a character like Joyce. They make her whatever they need her to be. So she's not true to a central a personality. So they're like, she's like, oh, Buffy, why are you here?
I wonder though, and may I offer a spin on the head, that because often that is like, if we were like as a mother, she is supposed to be basically what anyone needs at any one time, and us as an audience are like experiencing that lens.
It's true. When I watched it when I was younger, I was just like, I don't care about her.
Yeah, you don't care because when
same
you
way
college,
I treat my mother.
Yeah. Same way she's like, and I wondered at times if, don't get me wrong, it could just be poor writing and poor the rest of it, but I have wondered if actually Joyce is supposed to be palatable to, or like whatever villain, or because there's some parts of Buffy where Joyce is horrific, and you're like, how can we have gone from this person who loves us most in the world to being the person who is like, what? And you just go, well, actually, I'm sure a lot of us have felt that way about, you know, people or sort of authority figures in our life or parents at one point or another. Like, it's kind of, so I've often considered that.
Mothers get that. Because, I mean, you, how dare you not read my mind and know what bothers me the most in this very moment? And how dare you ask me about the one thing I'm really sensitive about today? And so,
and also likewise as well, like, you know, it's kind of worked for Buffy as well. You know what I mean? It's kind of, it's this whole...
Yeah. But where is she? I mean, maybe actually, I feel like I've got a memory of hearing sometime that maybe Christine Sutherland had something else going on that year, and that's the only reason I can think that she would only have been in 3 episodes and doesn't meet Riley until the final episode of the season. What's that about?
Yeah. Is it just that trope from particularly American shows where you go off to college, you're going off to college, you're effectively in another city, and somehow... a town where people can run across it in about 20 minutes on foot.
Not a whole lot of town here.
Not a lot of town. And she's not even there for Thanksgiving.
A UCLA-sized campus.
Yeah.
UCLA-sized... Actually, there's UCLA, but...
I've often wondered how big Sunnydale actually is.
As big as the Red Red to be.
The map, yeah.
There's a massive history museum. There's a big old zoo.
It kind of reminds me of like Midsummer Murders for any of those who have seen that before. It's a bit like Midsummer. How many churches with bell ringers who are murderous and have problems are there in a sort of, you know, maybe 20-mile radius?
You can't have as many churches as stored away anyway.
Yeah, well, you go. But it's there's a lot of inconsistencies.
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot of just.
Sorry, finish your thought. I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, not at all. There's a lot of inconsistencies. There's a lot of stuff that for me personally didn't add up. There were some funny bits. Like I actually kind of liked in A New Man where Giles obviously got turned into that. Is it a Jarl demon? Or sort of like a demon. And like that shows the sort of little bit of like friendship between him and Spine.
Yeah.
Like starting. I actually kind of liked that. Yeah. I thought it was silly.
Is that one the last appearance of Ethan Rain?
Yeah, I don't remember him coming back. Do we see him after that? Maybe not.
No, because I think we move on to bigger problems, don't we? Than somebody who
I like chaos. Ethan. Ethan was always a little soft spot in my kind of villain space, I guess.
So Ethan should have been a kind of secondary big bad for a season. But
I actually
he'd been better than the 3.
Yeah, he would have been better than the 3. And actually, if he'd come back at some point, accidentally having tapped into powers way too big for him and turned into a really big character. For example, where Glory is, let's imagine we'd ignored Ethan Rain as some side character for this whole time. And then he turns out to be like, oh my goodness, he's decided to channel. Maybe he picks up the book of channeling the power of the 3, right? Or whatever it was they were doing. He then sneaks off with it, counters up with some big bad that he is not prepared for in his school of magic, and becomes like this like mega like presence of demonic power on Earth. That I would have liked to see.
And now,
yeah,
I want...
so...
yeah.
And it's just another way to get to Ripper.
Yeah.
Because then you
When
get
will
that
they
I'd like
give
to
me
test
that
that theory.
When will they give me the Ripper like prequels? When will they do that?
Yeah.
I
just wish they'd
want Ripper.
fleshed out that story a bit more. Like, Olivia knows Ripper, but Olivia can't have been born in the 60s. Well, maybe born, but not. I don't know. There's some inconsistency.
Giles, the gentleman of leisure.
Yeah. It was very odd watching it this time. For the first time, I identified more with Giles than I did with Buffy because I'm a 47-year-old woman. That and just like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And I'm going to die one day, and this is all awful, and I'm not young anymore, and everybody keeps telling me I'm not young anymore. And I can sing songs too. I've got a gig of the bronze.
Yeah.
I haven't got a guitar though. Don't worry. It's not. I'm not going
That's a shame. I thought we were going to have a rendition.
Yeah.
I was excited.
But I was going to say,
no,
sorry. The point I was going to make about like Joyce, it was also just that bad writing and bad character development. Not for everyone. Some characters are fantastic, but I don't think that Riley was ever in a million years going to be a great character, but they didn't write him well. They didn't give Mark Lucas anything to work with.
Yep.
He was so lame.
Yeah, it's very one-dimensional.
I don't know if you guys feel the same way about the Twilight series as I do. Didn't realize this crossover was going to be presented in the way that it is being, but here we are. Riley is Bella Swan.
Yes,
he is
yes.
no one.
Yes.
He is an empty vessel for the boyfriend or whoever that you had at uni who you knew for a bit, and they weren't a terrible person, but then they had some stuff going on and you were like, this is not the one for me right now. Like, he just is like the blueprint, and that's what he was given. And I think, to be fair, you couldn't do much with that because you were just given Iowa farm boy.
You were given nothing.
Nothing. It's like, hope you're hungry for nothing. Like, that's literally, So
is he even really a psychology grad student? I mean,
exactly. He doesn't come across.
We never talk about his career prospects after leaving the army. Well, I guess I could go into research.
Yeah, like I go into research, or like, actually, I'm going to go on this Black Ops mission, and actually becoming a psych major wasn't important to me at all. Haha. And you're like, huh? I mean, I don't like that. To me, seems like a odd choice that would have at least warranted a discussion.
It almost seems that character is like vengeance on the this figure of this like ideal good guy.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like you either can have Xander. Or, by the way, for me, like one of the worst things on this season was Forrest's comment on Buffy. Especially like the episode The Initiative, where they comment on like who's attractive and who's mattressable. I don't think even the sexism of late 90s and early 2000s can excuse that. Like, that's just disgusting. And nobody comments on it. That's the problem. Like, nobody says, Jesus, what
nobody
are you
goes,
saying?
What are you saying?
He literally says how nice and young and nubile they are, doesn't he?
He does. And what age are these guys supposed to be?
They look like they're in their 30s.
25?
But they're meant to be 20s, I think.
If you're graduate, you're 24, at this point? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know how it works in the American system, but either way, it is foul.
It is foul. And that comment,
17.
you know, when they have that conversation with Parker, and they're asking, when Riley's realizing he likes Buffy, and Parker says, oh, you know, how can you tell the difference between a freshman and a toilet seat? The toilet seat doesn't follow you around all day. And it's such an out of character, even for Parker. It's out of, it comes out of nowhere. It's only a reason for Riley to punch him. Riley punches him. Fraser says, oh, come on, you've heard me say way grosser than things than that. And you're like, what? But why though?
What could no.
What?
And if he has heard you say worse things than that,
why are you friends?
To you?
Yeah, why are you friends?
Like, what? Yeah. I just, it's just one of those things where it's like, God.
Can we add
so much
to Graham's? Can we add another storyline to Graham's rewrite? Graham, take note.
Yes.
Riley, because he's the good guy, but it's that blueprint of good guy.
Bella Swan.
Do you know what happens with the blueprint of a good guy? He becomes bad. He becomes, because he's not
does.
strong enough to stand up for anything.
No.
So he's a bit like
To be
Xander.
fair, like, it's exactly, yes, again, here we are in the...
It's Xander without a sense of humour.
The Xander
Yeah.
zone again.
Yes, he definitely has
But
no sense of
equally,
humor.
like, when they try and make, obviously, is it, like, when he starts, obviously, essentially using, I think, is, like, kind of what they try to show it as, like, Riley having a substance use, like, issues with substance use, essentially.
Vampires.
Is what they, what they go into. Is that in season 5?
That's
It's
season
in 5, but is
Season
it
5.
substance abuse or is it more kinky? Is it S&M?
Well, I don't know.
Is there some Dom
to be honest,
vibes?
I always took it as substance use because of the sort of the vampire. I don't know. That's what I assumed, but I guess that's open for discussion.
I genuinely thought it was a bit of both.
Yeah, maybe.
Either way, it was just designed to show that self-destructive side.
Yeah, self-destructive tendencies in whatever way. And to be honest, I think with vampires, it's always going to kind of come across as possibly more sexual. You know what I mean? Like there's kind of always going to be elements of that,
there,
like undertones, no matter what you're doing. But yeah, it's just so they do obviously show that he then kind of can't handle this lifestyle. But it's like it's odd that they go with that. Like I just felt. Again, like it's like, oh, it's because he's being rebellious and he's rebelling against this good guy thing. I'm like, well, you don't have to do that, actually. You could just do it that he's playing into the character of being a good guy for so long that he's kind of convinced himself, and then he has this actually like sort of corruption. Like there's much more interesting things that you could have done with the fact that he was in the military and the fact that it was like, there's more you could have done there without putting characters through that. Like, I don't know. It's just every time.
Missed opportunities again.
Yeah.
Because as well, in theory, for Riley to be at the rank that he's at, would he not have had to have been in the military for quite some time? So, he's been conditioned to this since he was a child.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There's the part he rebels against.
Yeah. And it's like, why did you pick that? It didn't.
I actually
kind
of like that they picked that, though. I like that they went somewhere, I think, darker than monsters. Darker than...
I don't know about anything, forgive me, but being like a trained paid killer, to me, feels pretty dark. That's just... As a military,
that's like a profession.
It's just a profession that has a grey moral area, but to need something, and for it to be something that's so... it's actually quite... It's dirty. It's not dirty in a good way. It's a weakness, and it's sort of it's something that's rotting inside of you. That need, I think.
I don't know if that's how I necessarily feel about it, but that's just because of the way in my head it's portrayed as like substance use and people engaging in exploitation of sex work or with sex workers. That's not how I feel about that. So I think that's maybe why I engage with it slightly differently. But it's, to me, I think there just could have been, as Grace said, more about him rebelling against the institution that he's been in and kind of maybe losing himself in that aspect of it and maybe going a little bit too cold killer on some stuff. Like, that would have been an interesting thing because it would show the balance that Buffy constantly has to run in her life. You know what I mean? Like, I think you could have seen we see them fighting against each other and him getting his ass handed to him. Like, we could have seen parallels with them on a very real level of who is, she also essentially does this job, but not for money. And, it's like, I think we could have seen more interesting parallels than necessarily that plotline.
Is there almost a quasi-religious allegory with the initiative as well, then? Effectively, these boys have been raised in it to perform this specific task.
But,
well, it's certainly culty.
Yeah.
It's family.
Yeah.
I mean, they refer to themselves as family a couple of times.
You do.
So, yeah.
You don't feel it, though, do you? Like, I would kick Forrest out of my family.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
And Maggie Walsh.
I was just going to say, a problem I had with the initiative, there was no chemistry between any of them. You couldn't believe they respected each other professionally or
glazed
as friends, as superior. They were all just blank. Like, I didn't get
blank blueprints.
Like,
blank blueprints. And it feels like actually there, right at the end where Forrest, when he's kind of had his adaptions, is like, actually, I am the super evil. Like, it was a bit like, we could have felt something about you.
Yeah.
And we don't. Like we could have felt compelled by some kind of backstory that the amount of screen time you've had, we should have seen. And I feel nothing about this. And even then, as you say, you know, Maggie Walsh being Adam's mother, like we could have made this way weirder, man. Like we could have made this very, you know, maybe Maggie Walsh was actually his mom and that's why he was doing a side thing. And maybe it was like, you could have even done that and made it something that she is like, there was a reason why he was so invested in this beyond the point that was normal. And then you could have had Joyce come in and you could have, you know, you could have seen things, and I saw and felt nothing.
Do you know who did a good job though, and who was kind of wasted was Graham. He was way better than Forrest. He had actual empathy in his face.
Graham is great.
Yeah. Everything he did well. Especially that line in Superstar when they bring Jonathan in as a consultant and he leans over to Riley and he's like, "It's about time they brought in the big guns." Yeah,
that could have been. It was a great line, Graham. Well done. Really well played.
On behalf of all Grahams, Sal.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll take it.
All the Grahams are.
Apart from Linehan, he's been excommunicated.
Yeah. But no, I also would like to say, because obviously this is where we first meet Tara, and I feel like that does need a little bit of attention because watching, aside from all of the initiative stuff that we would do differently, we would change and adapt. Actually, some things I maybe wouldn't change and adapt is Oz leaving. And see, like Oz leaving, I don't know how much I cried. I think I cried for a week. I think I might cry longer than a week. I think I felt very invested in there.
You're still crying.
Some say if you listen hard enough, I am still crying. Because like it was such, you know, you didn't see that necessarily coming in. That was to watch Willow go through that, to watch her come home and him be gone is like so traumatic and awful for her to have gone through. And then to watch her and Tara so gently pick up the pieces into what is probably one of, like, to me personally, one of the most special relationships I ever saw portrayed on TV growing up. As I think I'm sure I've said on here before, but as like an open bisexual woman, like that is something that was like very important to me. And actually, like, you know, so I would like to say, amongst all of the terrible things in season 4, I was very grateful to see Tara, and I was grateful to see that she was the one person that knew that Buffy wasn't Buffy. And she had been listening and paying attention, and she cared. And when Faith essentially was being awful, she was like, "You're not Buffy." And she didn't take it to heart. She didn't go, you know what I mean? She didn't think, "Oh my God, Buffy's just been the most horrendous person, said the most awful things to me." Like, she didn't do that. She went, "That's not Buffy." And that was pretty beautiful.
She and Buffy, they will have these moments recurring in further seasons where just Tara is almost like a extra level, like more mature than all her other friends.
Than everyone else. And I wish they would have had time in a way to develop that a little bit more, because actually the things that we did see between them there was just so lovely. And Buffy so rarely actually had her best friends in her corner as she deserved, that, you know, Tara was that.
And I've also got to think Tara and Willow's got to be one of the first queer woman relationships on TV that wasn't done for male titillation, basically. Because there's an awful habit of them doing that.
They snuck it in as an extreme. They managed to sneak it in.
But it's
again.
But I kind of have to forgive them because they both looked so sexy.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
but also Joss. I'm just God.
I think that is an interesting point of view, and I agree that Joss should be cancelled. But without Joss, none of the rest of it exists.
We wrestled with us.
So
we've talked.
I know.
About
I'm sure you have.
We are going to do an episode of called "We Have to Talk About Joss."
Shall I get out the little projector with all of my drawings and and then we
stabbing to the heart.
I'm kidding, Joss Whedon. Obviously, if you ever listen, to these,
we should all.
It's not what I mean, but it's just the self-insert stuff is sometimes is quite painful.
It is bad, but I think it's the best thing to do is to take James Marsters' kind of line, which is like, there's a good version of everyone. You know, we're all trying to be our best selves a lot of the time, and sometimes we're not our best selves, and sometimes Joss isn't his best self. I don't know. That was a clever answer.
Well done. That was very nice.
On a tangent, but leading from that, isn't James Marsters just like the nicest human being that ever existed in terms of how he
Pretty sure
deals
he
with the
might be.
fandom, everything round about it. Can we get him for
Yes,
the
he
Seems like,
is.
to all accounts,
Yeah.
seems like a pretty decent person.
It's
Yeah.
like being involved in Ocon, and we hear,
Mhm.
words filtering from other conventions. We do, and they have said this. He is a nightmare at conventions in the best possible way, because
He doesn't
every
stick to
fan
times.
that goes in the autograph queue or the photograph, he wants to sit and talk with them for hours about their life story. Like, and if anyone comes up, can you do this as Spike? And he will just do it without thinking. And it's like,
and this
James-
is why they wanted us to hate him, which we will come to soon.
Just as a side note, James, if you're listening to this, please come on the show.
Oh,
Please
We'll
come on the
chat to you for
show.
hours.
James, please come on
You
the
can
show.
chat for as long as you like.
I promise. We literally chat. We will just sit here for an hour and listen.
Yeah.
We think you're wonderful.
Yeah.
And we thank you daily for your contributions to our joy and happiness. Thank you so much.
I think nearly every woman involved with Ocast and Ocon will be scrambling to be on that show. I think.
Oh, come on,
Graham will
Asma.
be pushed right at the
I
window.
was going to say, and Graham.
Yeah.
And Graham.
No, Graham,
It's
no, I'm
ours.
saying Graham. No, but Graham, we would want to be, but they'll just push us out of the way to
I
be
suppose.
with James for that.
And
Yeah,
also,
which is
they'll just-
understandable.
Isn't there something a
I-
little
I-
bit special? I know with this accent, this is going to sound really odd, what I'm about to say, but when an American can do a decent British accent, we kind of, as Brits, we kind of like to adopt them. So the way we kind of adopted Renee Zellweger, and back in the day, before she married
he's
Chris Martin,
honorary
kind of adopted
as-
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Randy Giles has been honorarily,
Next season.
adopted. Randy Giles, he's an honorary member. Is as would suggest,
Yes.
What's back to characters from this season who we felt a lot for. Tara, like you said, it's wonderful. I think one of the things with the Tara and Willow thing is that they just showed two people falling in love who happen to be the same gender.
Are you, Graham? You're going to make me cry. It's so
Sorry.
true. It's so true.
But to me, that's how it was written. Which
Yeah.
for all the Whedon bad, this is Whedon possibly his best when he does things like this.
And it's also because so often in TV, it's like when there is queerness, it's just gay or straight. And we have a bi character, alas, and it's treated just as they're attracted to who they're attracted to, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's not like made any kind of fuss over. It's like so into like for
very
the time it was
organic and
made.
wholesome.
That's the word I was trying to think of. Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was after as well.
But yeah, it is, as you rightly say, Graham, it's one of those times where I go, Whedon. I go, God,
Begrudging.
damn it. It's like, damn you, forgive me.
Capable of so much good.
Yeah, literally. Maybe he's just chaotic neutral. Who knows?
Next time we do.
Yeah, next time. Doofenshmirtz or whatever, Dinkelberg. Yeah, like Dinkelberg. Yeah, no. Yes. So I absolutely agree, Graham. I think it's one of those things where you watch it and you just go, this is just two people who found themselves in a place in a time where they were exactly what each other needed, and they were what brought each other joy and comfort. And actually that was shown in a really lovely way. Yeah, it's real nice. Real nice.
There is, sorry, Elaine, if I'm taking it, but the whole Veruca and Oz thing. I wonder what you guys think on that. Yeah, that's how I felt it.
It was so so nice, and you have to bring that up.
Yes, it's season 4 after all. We've got to. Yeah.
She was great character though.
And she was so good.
She had so much charisma.
So much charisma, and it's like, I don't ever want to shoot another gal down, but also Veruca. Like, I was like, no.
And
she was so much riz.
And what's that name about? I've got to ask.
I know.
It
doesn't work. It doesn't.
It's weird.
I don't know. It makes me think exactly how I feel about her. So
I do have to ask though, what they did with
Veruca.
Because I mean, it was self-defense, but they killed a human being.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
and it didn't explain.
I mean, there were like multiple things in that storyline Also, like Willow just going straight to cursing him and having only hate and
that
invoking
wasn't believable.
Satan. To me, that was too much. Like, I do like this, like,
having had my
Willow.
heart broken though, kind of believe it.
I mean, especially after what Willow did with Xander, that she basically cheated on us.
Yeah.
And
even though it wasn't,
it just
sexual
felt
in
like
their case,
too much.
It was over a much longer term. It was just very deliberate, her and Xander.
And very deeply emotional.
Yeah.
And I just didn't really believe it, I think.
No.
And I didn't know if, again, it was another one of these mechanisms to tell a story they wanted to tell rather than thinking of the characters it actually involved.
It was a
which
plot device,
happened a few times. Yeah. It's happened a few times. Like, so.
Yeah.
Is it really just trying to highlight that for all the maturity and the trying to be grown-ups, that ultimately Willow was still quite immature at that point?
Yeah.
And they're telling it through a very clunky story of, we went to college as a couple. My boyfriend's now found someone who's exactly like him in every sort of way. It was very forced and clunky, but I can kind of see the story they were trying to tell. It just wasn't.
It was very relatable for anybody who went to university with a boyfriend. Because they're guaranteed that relationship didn't last through university for most people and into a happy marriage. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's just I wish they had taken more care with that, because Willow being insecure and then that showing up in her use of magic is very important.
It's actually
storyline later.
Yeah, really important.
It is, isn't it?
And here it's just unnecessarily, dark. She's like being really like immoral character in that moment. If she were cursing Veruca, that would be different, but it's just turning against Oz like that is. Yeah.
But is it foreshadowing? Is it telling us?
Yes.
Basically saying right off the bat, Willow is not grounded enough for the forces that she's capable of reaching. She's not responsible enough to use this level of magic.
What is it that makes her grounded and responsible? It's Tara.
It's Tara, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she does make her better in many ways, in my eyes.
Yeah.
Everyone.
If we're still talking about characters, or are we ready to move on yet to the best character in the entire season? It's Anya, isn't it?
Pedro Pascal.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done, Pedro. We all recognize you.
Well, it's also that's what basically got him his. Like that was what got him his break, wasn't it? He's kind of often credited that as being the sort of the main thing.
I thought he just credited it as giving him a check when he was just about to be evicted every now and then.
Yeah, well, I think that was the case, wasn't it? It's that this was the last thing before he gave up acting or whatever, and then.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And now he's Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
exactly.
First of his name, exactly. Yeah. And Anya is fantastic. Yes, I'm really glad that we get to start seeing more of her.
Yeah.
Because
I think all of the Buffy writers are so good at witty repartee, and they've just found this vehicle to put it all into, 100% of the time, but it's not vapid. It's not two-dimensional. It's there's a real infancy about her, not an immaturity, but I don't understand this world or any of you people. And I'm just going to, I don't care that I don't understand this world or any of you people. I'm just going to keep saying what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I do love her.
Hilarious.
I think she is wonderful. And we see so much more of her as the seasons go on from here. And I'm so happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. She makes Xander more bearable.
Yeah, she does. By quite a long way. But yeah, and also we will come to sort of more about them in season 5. I have no doubt, because actually some pretty key episodes for them are some of my, as we've pointed out, sort of iconic episodes of Buffy that I just don't forget.
Season 5 is full of them, and Anya has such an interesting arc, doesn't she? We shouldn't talk about the future too much, but they give her a lot, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that season 4 Anya is my favorite Anya because of that. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not innocence exactly, but
It's
none
the
of that bad
newness
stuff
of
has
everything
happened yet.
for
Yeah, it's new, and there's nothing really
everything's
dark
new.
about her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and she comes from a
I'll
very
keep my favourite Anya moments.
yeah. So what's your favorite Anya moment, Graham?
No, I was going to say I'll keep my favourite Anya moment for a future episode.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say that she comes from a very powerful position. So it's like she's both naive about a lot of things happening in the world of humans, but at the same time she has like no lack of confidence whatsoever, except like doubting their relationship with Xander, but it doesn't come off as, oh, there's something wrong with me. It's just our relationship is ending because you no longer want to have sex every night.
Yeah.
But it's very refreshing to have a female character that's not that's just very self-assured. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's true to herself.
Totally.
Yeah.
She is very true to herself
Yeah.
and always stands by it. And that I kind of wish more people stood by her for that as well. And I think a lot of the time she kind of can be set aside as almost like a bit of an oddity in that way, or used as, again, she is used as a sort of a plot device a couple of times, I think, for conversations that people don't want to have. And whilst I like seeing her in that role, and I found that very cathartic in a lot of ways, it's also still kind of challenging to see sometimes when you go like, she's still very much treated like she's on the outside, even when she does try to do what to many people might seem as saying the obvious good thing or saying the obvious thing or whatever. So yeah, got a love for Anya. She's a great gal.
And it gives us a side character of D'Hoffryn. He's just fun.
Oh,
so business-like.
It's like, take my card. I'm like, a legend. I think I would end up working for him. I'm not going to lie. I have a horrible feeling like I actually would have worked for him and been okay with it. Like, for a little bit. He probably wouldn't have been very satisfied with my level of, like, vengeance, because I think I would have been like, now that feels mean. But, like, yeah, defo. What guy?
But then I feel like he would just, set up weekly one-to-ones with you, and he would try to coach you into more vengeance.
Yeah, I agree with that. It'd probably come with like some actually quite nice complimentary like herbal teas. Like I feel like there'd be a selection, and they'd be called like something really creepy, and it had been distilled out of like baby lizard dragon breaths or something, and heads. But like at the same time, he would have tried. He would have been like, "Would you like that?"
He has mentor written all over him, doesn't he?
Yeah. Here's your reward chart.
Yeah, literally, and a gold star for you. And I tell you what, Graham. It would probably work. Yeah. It's like, sadly.
So we need to now place this season on a.
I can see it in his face.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we can start to bring closure to some of you on season 4 at this point. Can we?
Absolutely.
I think.
Do you guys rate the seasons? Like, which is your least
favorite? So
we're trying to rank them.
I kind of wouldn't say that I remember accurately where I've put everything for now, but
you've only got 3 to remember so far.
Low. I don't know if it's my least favorite or if it's my second to least favorite, because
I'd probably agree with that second to least.
Yeah, it's down there, very much so. And I think as we go on, I often try and sort of rationalize to myself where it sits, but it's either last or second to last.
Yeah, I think my flexible scale that I'm slowly building as we progress is, I think I had season 2, season 3, season 1. So now I'm putting season 4 behind those 3, and we'll see where we get by the time we're done.
We will see. Only time will tell. Graham, what about yourself?
I will put this as positively as I can. Season 4 is the foundation upon which every other season stands.
Oh, that's good.
That's nice. I also
I also want to make it positive and say it's not my least. It's not my least favorite or my second least favorite. It's my sixth favorite. Because do you know what? That really is the truth. That it only is low because the others are so good.
Yeah.
And that is wise. That is very wise.
And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Right.
That is why we're here, because we just love it so much.
Yep.
So, Rhiannon, I believe you have to duck out at this
I
point.
do have to duck out, fans, but
So
it's been an absolute pleasure as always.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me get all that season 4 off my chest. What can I say?
And only that, you get to duck out before the trivia as well. So.
Oh, well, I'll have fun with that, guys. May the best
All right.
Scooby lose. All right.
No power on this side.
Bye.
Fantastic. See you later.
See ya.
So, yeah, it's the traditional cast trivia quiz. Are you guys ready for your season 4 trivia to be tested?
Ready.
Yeah,
ready.
let's just presume we're getting 1 out of 10 because that's the average.
Okay,
and it's Pedro Pascal.
1.
Oh, do we shut them out or do we raise our hands? Or
Just shout them out.
Just
shout them out.
All right.
Number 1, what is the name of the demon whose blood causes Buffy and Riley to become hypercharged in A New Man?
Hypercharged?
I have zero recollection of that, and I watched it like
I
this
don't
week.
know what you're talking about at all.
Don't you mean where the wild things are?
Oh, yep, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a demon.
Still don't know his name.
It's a Polgara demon.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, what is the name of the Initiative's main underground base?
Oh, I didn't know that name.
Oh, the bunker.
You're quite close. It's the sub-basement complex. That's the name given for it.
Nice. Okay.
Nice. What a kind of eloquent name. Okay, what song does Giles perform?
Freebird.
Behind Blue Eyes.
Behind Blue
Does it
Eyes.
have a different?
Yeah, Behind Blue Eyes.
He does Freebird at a different. He does Freebird somewhere else. He does Freebird in his house. He doesn't perform it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he does Tales of Brave Ulysses as well.
Yep. That's a really easy question. Who's the roommate that Buffy gets after Cappy leaves?
Willow.
Yep, there we go. See, got to give you an easy.
Thanks.
Got to give you like a nice home run.
I feel a bit like we're being led by the nose with that one.
Yeah. Right. What is the name of the demon language that Willow studies in Hush?
Oh.
I didn't know there was a demon because it was a fairy tale in Hush. It wasn't demon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there was a language she was looking at.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
I remember that, but not the name.
Nope.
And I'm going to keep myself.
It's Tavaran.
Tavaran. Yeah.
Okay. What is the name of the fraternity house where the haunted sex energy incident happens?
It starts with an H.
No.
It doesn't?
Delta Phi Kappa.
No.
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 It doesn't start with an H? No.
We didn't go to
Lowell!
that party.
Lowell House.
Lowell. What is the name of the initiative doctor that performs Riley's medical checkups?
Oh. It's something like
Dr. Armenian.
No, it's like some name. I remember hearing it thinking
Dr. Armin Shimmer. Wishful thinking.
Oh, we forgot to mention how great it was to see him again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dr. Angelman.
Oh yeah, Angelman. That's why when I heard the name, I was like, "That's."
Oh no, it's Engelman.
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 Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. What's the name of the spell Willow attempts in Something Blue that goes wrong? What spell is she? What's the name of the spell?
It starts with an R, and it's to do with getting everything she wants. Does it start with an R?
No.
No, but it is to do with getting everything she wants.
Nope.
It's
It's I speak
it's a
in
certain
it.
time. It's a type or the type of spell she's using. I think is a better way to describe it.
It's like not enhancement, but just
okay. It's a truth-seeking spell, basically.
okay.
Just a truth-seeking. Yeah. Again. Okay. What is the name of the demon who steals Giles's voice?
Fjarl.
Fjarl.
Oh,
Yep.
voice.
Correct.
Or face.
Yeah. Is it voice? Is it steal his voice?
He has his voice, but
No,
he's still speaking Fjarl.
What is the name of the military operation that attempts to kill Adam?
Lost Boy?
No. Graham, want to give it a shot?
No, not really.
Elena, you want to give it a guess?
313.
Operation Overlord.
Oh, Overlord. Okay. I don't even remember it having a name.
You're asking about the forgettable parts of it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
It wouldn't be my kind of quiz if you guys didn't struggle. You know, Graham, you know me too well. I'm not going to give you a quiz you're actually going to do well in and enjoy. You know me.
That's why I was saying I could see it on your face. You were looking forward to it.
I just wish something would have stuck in my head.
Yes.
You know, Willow's the roommate. It's a Fjarl demon. You're doing well. I think you've got 3 or 4.
Oh, that's right. Good too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, will we wrap it up there? I think that's the questions.
I think us being humiliated by this knowledge quiz
is always the best
final part. Yeah.
Yes.
Any relationship.
But thanks, Eileen, for joining.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting.
Do you want can we have you back for more Buffy in the future?
I cannot wait, especially because it's season 5 next. I just...
All right. And I don't need to ask the other two if they're coming back for more Buffy in the future.
No, you don't need to ask.
Got through season 4.
I'm already restless.
Can do the rest.
Yes, because interestingly enough, the next Buffy thing we're doing is not a review. Remember, it's the role-play session we're doing. Mm-hmm. Which I've got to ask, Eileen, would you be interested in doing a role-playing game with Buffy?
Tell me more.
It's just based on the Buffy role-playing game. It's like an out-of-print role-playing game. I found it, and there's a one-shot, which, interestingly enough, happens just at the end of season 4. So it slots in nicely to how we're doing this.
Yes, I would love to.
The only woman character that is left is Willow. So would you be okay role-playing as Willow?
How on earth is Willow not taken yet?
I don't know. Which would then leave
because there's Anya, so I took Anya, and I think is Rhiannon taking Buffy.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Graham,
yeah.
Graham's taken Spike.
Yep.
And
did Kenny take Riley?
Yes, because Kenny was going Riley, Xander, or Willow, and he says, "Well, I'm in no position to play Willow at all." And he was just saying, and he went, Riley and Xander's like a migraine and headache choice I have to make here. He's just
good.
Riley, because he's not as just offensive as Xander is. So.
I actually think being inoffensive is worse.
Yeah. So, yeah. We'll let you know what you need for the role-play session. You've probably seen in the chat
I saw the rules,
documents. I'll say. Yeah, and I can send you the character sheet for Willow then. And
okay, amazing.
That means, Xander's the only character no one's taken, because I don't think anyone even wants to pretend to be that host.
That's such a shame.
Does that mean that if you're the GM for this, that you have to RP Xander because he's effectively your self-insert?
Oh, yeah. That's a
This is now our revenge for the trivia.
And also, we've got coming up, this is the Buffy revival as well. So that's what I'm hoping, that we finish this just as that starts and we can start reviewing that, whatever that brings. I don't know, how are you guys feeling about the revival?
I'm afraid.
Nervous?
I'm avoiding it because I don't want to be disappointed.
I'm trying to be optimistic.
Oh, can I ask a quick question? Do you guys remember season 8, the comic book series?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it canon?
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
Does that... Is that the audiobook you said, or the comic book?
Comic
book.
because there is an Audible special that is essentially season 8 as well, and I don't know if it conflicts with the comics or not, but it's a full cast one. So, and I think that's pretty much canon. But then the revival series, I don't know if it's going to wipe all of that out. So, like most of these shows, the canon gets all over the shop after a while.
It does, doesn't it?
Season 8 comics are considered part of the official canonical continuation of the TV show's story by many fans and the creators.
Okay. And there was something else I wanted to propose to you guys. Do you want to review the movie as well at some point?
That would be great.
I think it's worth. Yeah, I think it's worth. We've got to have a look at the movie because
we do.
Without it, none of this really wouldn't be. None of this would be here.
And also, it's a really good example of something that could have been good, but Joss Whedon was erased from it, and therefore wasn't. Although it still got made. So yeah, it just sort of when you take Whedon out of it.
Yeah.
I'll leave that thought hanging.
And with that, yes, we'll leave on that note. And with that, thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you all very soon. Good night.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.